books, can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna cover, bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome here to the Morning Steam show for Sunday, August 17th. We're ready for a big day of Major League Baseball, a couple of games in the NFL, 5 games in the WNBA, and we'll have more action today, including conclusion there at the FedEx Cup, BMW Championships with the golf, and we're underway in some soccer action here. Exciting game in the EPL currently. Couple games actually going off right now with the Brentford also in Nottingham Forest underway at Crystal Palace and Chelsea going on here, and also some Major League Soccer tonight. Thank you for joining me here on the show. Thank you for joining us last night on our companion coverage of UFC 319. And hopefully you had some winners there. Man, I'm still, ever since the Sports Betting Brothers invited me on, I can't seem to put together a winning card. We did have some winners last night, but I had Murphy over Pico at least yesterday to get it done, and pardon me, and also I had Preseason there by decision over Neal. I had Preseason at least. I know he got the knockout there. I also had Michael Venom Page to win last night, but couldn't get it started last night with just 2 wins on the preliminary card last night, and one of them was a 1,100 favorite with Sanger Surkayev. So, well, I had a fun time though with the guys last night, and hopefully you enjoyed the coverage as well here on the Sports Money Network. And we'll be back later today with UFC coverage with VB MMA picks for the Dana White's Contender Series. We're already getting ready for next week's action here, so make sure you join us later today for Dana White's Contender Series. I believe we have a set going to be going off at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific today. We'll see if I can't pin that down and get that information for you. All right, let's say hello to some folks in the chat here, get rolling with the show. Got to get started here with a lot of early action, but we can recall some of yesterday's games. Good morning to Blue here today, everyone. Thank you. He's number 1 in the chat, and make sure you like that video and subscribe to our channel here, everybody. Here is Bobby Mack in there. I want to say hello to RBM Swerve. Did a nice job with us last night with some picks. Thank you there. Brian Palmer here. Thank you, Brian, for stopping in today. Good to see you in the chat there. Lovable Plays, ready to roll. Good morning to Lovable here today. Also, a Yo D is ready to go with the action today. And let's see what else. I think that might be it from the group so far. Here's a few more with Trap God. Thank you for coming in, and NYC Bar as well. Thank you, guys. All right, had some winners yesterday in Major League Baseball. We got to start off yesterday early with Imanaga with the Cubs there on the run line over Pittsburgh. And they got it done yesterday to get us started. We also had a premium pick winner with the Win Club on Pirates and the Cubs game to go under there in the 3-1 victory. I don't say it was an easy way to start the day, but we got off to a pretty good start. We also had Toronto on the run line yesterday over the Texas Rangers, and we had the over in that game as well there yesterday in that victory for Toronto, as we were off to a pretty good start to get things rolling in the morning. We also had Washington yesterday on the run line against Philadelphia, and they got it done again as well, as Washington was able to get that 2-0 victory. So we were rolling early. We also had an under here on the show in the game between Seattle and the Mets in that 3-1 victory by the Mets. Afternoon action, we started to kick it in gear with Milwaukee as a high roller pick there. Man, Milwaukee did it again for the best story going, 14 straight. Milwaukee got that win over Cincinnati 6-5. They came back, took the lead. Cincinnati tied it. When extra innings, Milwaukee got the win. And Cincinnati, a little bit of a choke job here this weekend against Milwaukee. They had them twice. And the Brewers keep winning right now. We also had the over yesterday here on the show in that one. Also, Kansas City, we had over Chicago 6-2 in that win. We also had an under here on the Win Club yesterday with me there. We also had a Win Club winner with Houston yesterday with Alexander over Garcia in the 5-4 win. Hey, make sure you're checking me out every day on Cover the Spread on YouTube. I'm joined by Rod Zawacki and Al Ninos, picking winners here on YouTube every day, and I had Detroit as my top play on that show yesterday with the win over Minnesota on the road, and it was the Tigers getting the win 8-5. They club Zebby Matthews, but late night I did not have a good round there in baseball. I did have with the Win Club Tampa Bay with Hauser in that 2-1 win over San Francisco in another yawn fest, but did have the winner with Tampa Bay. And late night we had the Athletics here on the show yesterday in the 7-2 victory. Also, we had a victory with the Win Club with the Minnesota Lynx yesterday in the WNBA. I had them over the Liberty, laying the points, so we were 1-0 there. How about yesterday on the show where I picked a couple of winners in the CFL? I want to highlight those because I was awful with that NFL early action, but we did have the under in Hamilton and Saskatchewan. We also had BC to rock there and cover the spread. We did have some winners in the NFL. I had a high roller pick with the Packers and the Colts game to go over yesterday, and the Packers won it 23-19. But man, I let you down here on the show yesterday with a series of losers with the early action. Although we did have the Dolphins yesterday and Lions game to go over 24-17. Dolphins with that win. Later on, it did pick up for sure. I had a winner here on the show with the Raiders and the 49ers game to go over in that 24-19 victory as the Niners won the game there with the last-second field goal. And then late night, we did pick it up big time. Couldn't really miss their Jets and Giants game to go over here on the show yesterday. We had that one in the 31-12 win for the Giants. We also had a victory with the Giants with the Win Club yesterday as our pick laying the points. We also had a Win Club winner with the Rams plus the points, and they won the game on the last second play 23-22 over the Chargers. We also had a Win Club winner there we had the Rams as a Win Club winner, and we had the over as our play here on the show yesterday. We also had the Bucks laying 2.5. I know it went down to 1.5, but no matter, we had a high roller pick with the Buccaneers over the Steelers. Also, we had Baltimore here on the show yesterday. They crushed Dallas. It's going to be a long season. I know it's preseason, but you can tell that Dallas is just in a funk there. As a former Cowboy, Cooper Rush threw a TD pass and a pick six, but Ravens got the win there yesterday. And how about Tyler Loop taking over for Tucker, and he had 5 field goals with a couple of plus 50-yarders. So the Ravens will be fine in their kicking game. We did have the over there as well as the Ravens. Also, late night, we had the Broncos here on the Win Club over Arizona. And we also had the under in that game. I said, hey, here's a game I can go with an under with Denver and Arizona. So we ended up cleaning it up pretty good there with football, at least late night. All right. Hopefully you guys did okay. Let's say hello to some more folks and then get started with today's show, mostly focused on baseball with that 5-game WNBA card. Hello there in the chat to the rest of the folks. And how can we get started here with Dirty Reg? Great contributions last night in the chat, in the show last night. Thank you. Brian says, look at this. The Dodgers cost him. Oh, man, those Padres. What's wrong with this team here? Cash Kane, good morning today. Thank you for stopping by. Brian says, Rays and under there. Brewers continue to roll. And let's see here. AOD, thank you again. Let's take a look. Anybody else? We're ready to go. Nate Cerna here today. The Rays could not score there. 2-1 in that one. All right. Hey, everyone. You can catch me here with my Win Club plays by going to winnable.com/Ramon. Check me out over here with the guys. We have our best plays here from Winnable. And you can pick those up by using the promo code STEAM to save 20% and get more plays from me. Look, I do a great job here, hopefully, just talking about the action every day, hopefully bringing you some winners. But if you want some more winners from me, close to the game time, 30 to 60 minutes, go over to winnable.com and get signed up.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
So join me over there for my high volume plays. This is how you get more selections from me for those of you who like to play a little bit more. Hey, I have my high roller plays over at Tony's Picks every day. You can get those as well. But if you want to get nice selection of plays from me, go over to winnable.com. All right, let's take a look at the members of the chat. We're doing a great job so far. AOD, Blue, Lovable in there today. Joining us also, Brian Palmer in there, Robert McCormick, NYC Bar, Jermaine in there, Swerve is in there, Trap God, and Cash Kane getting it done for us early on here. All right, Jermaine has been able to make it here. Robert's talking about, man, these Brewers are just awesome. Blue liked the air show when Putin got scared of the B-2 bombers. We won't stop is here. Thank you. Welcome to you, Nick Handy, as well. And I think that's it. Let's get started, shall we? No time to waste here today. Oh, man, I'm not even on the screen. There we go. No time to waste here today. Let's get started on the card here in Major League Baseball and get this show rolling. All right. For the Phillies here, you got Aaron Nola going here on the road against Mitchell Parker. Welcome back, Aaron Nola, coming back off of the injured list here to make the start. And hey, Phillies could use Aaron Nola here right now and get him back into the fold. Let's see if he can be an effective pitcher here moving forward. He did have pretty good rehab start, struck out 11 in his last start. He was really mowing them down in an extended appearance to make sure he's ready to go here for the Phillies. And taking on Mitchell Parker and the Nationals. Nola wasn't doing too well when he had to hit the shelf, 1-7 with a 6.16 ERA and 1.5 WHIP, 350 batting average against. But hopefully he's okay and ready to go here. Like I said, the numbers in his rehab starts were pretty solid for sure. For Mitchell Parker, he is 7-13 with a 5.55 ERA, 1.4 WHIP, and 273 batting average against. For the Phillies here, they have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Coming into this one, 7 of their last 8 games have gone under. Washington's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games here. You can have Philadelphia, obviously a pretty big favorite here in this one. In fact, the Phillies right now are up to, $2 here. This ain't no discount. This is action on the Phillies. It feels like, let's call it $2. The total has crept up to 10 here, expecting plenty of runs today. So, can you stomach this one? With the Phillies and Washington here on Sunday. Let's hear from the chat and see what you guys have with Nola going up against Parker here in this one. And make sure you folks comment in the chat. You can be eligible to win one of my winnable pick packages here as my thank you anyway for joining me, whether you want it or not. You can be eligible. Let me plug in this device here. Just by commenting in the chat. Here come the comments already. Get started, I think it looks like today. Want to say hello to Jimbo in the chat. Earth to Air to Billionaires here today. Dylan Gabriel, a rough appearance there, huh? Phillies money line gets us started here with NYC Bar. Some steam coming in here right now, it looks like. Maybe, let me see here. The Astros are taking some steam here in their matchup with Baltimore. The Astros were $1.25, but they're going north of that right now. Astros here are up to close to $1.40 right now. Big steam here on Houston this morning here on the Morning Steam Show. All right. Continuing on, though, here with Nasty Nate says he told you about the Patriots. And the Patriots, several years of struggling here right now. But Nasty Nate's telling you right now, here they go. Go Patriots. Jimmy's here today as well. Jermaine just fades all pitchers off of an injury. Cash Kane's on the Nationals. Blues on the Nationals. Both those guys on the money. Or Cash Kane was run line. Here's Bobby Mack says take the under. Blue says maybe first 5. Brian says Nats team total over. And NYC Bar says Nola, great numbers versus these Nats. Here's D Money, likes the under. Jimmy's on the under as well. I want to say hello to Frank Lucas today in the chat. Welcome to Frank. Really appreciate having you here. All right. Phillies for Robert, but says the price a little high now, right? At $2. That doesn't seem is it a not that it would matter, but man, I better look at the Nats lineup here. It feels like all of a sudden with this Phillies steam coming in. The steam came in not only on the Phillies, but on that over to make sure it got up there to 10 right now. Brody C, hello in the chat. Great to have you guys on a Sunday here. Got 6 dozen of you in here right now. Really appreciate it. RBM Swerve says go under here. And man, that big price. That big price here today All righty, I guess I better make my call in this one with the increased price here on the Phillies. All right, let's see what I got for the matchup here. Man, that's just too much. I got to take Washington on the run line now with that. I guess with that steam coming in, I'll trust Washington here, maybe against Nola first time out. All right. Let me go to the next one here with Miami taking on the Boston Red Sox. Jansen Junk is on the mound here for the Marlins. For Junk, he comes in here with a 4.06 ERA, 6-2 record. Marlins are 7-3 with Junk. Done pretty good since coming in. 4.06 ERA, 3.05 BABIP. Coming in for Garrett Crochet, 13-5 record, 2.48 ERA. He's 9-15 to the under this season in his starts, and he's also the Red Sox are 16-8 with Crochet in there. 2.48 ERA, 3.09 BABIP though for Crochet, but still you're not going to deny Crochet here. Good numbers, and Boston's won 9 of their last 10 games at home. They're on fire. They've won 11 of their last 16 overall. Miami comes in with a 5-game losing streak against the Red Sox. They've lost 7 of their last 8 games overall coming in. They've lost 12 of 15 when visiting Fenway Park over the last several years for sure, but still a bit of a tough place for them to play. But could they do it here with Junk on the mound? Let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one as Miami takes on Boston here today. And it's going to be Boston run line for NYC Bar. Here's Robert McCormick. He also likes the Red Sox here. And 9 Legacy says Red Sox on the run line. And I think that'll do it there. And I think Palmer says my man Kyle Stowers. I think they ended up. I don't know if it was so much. It is an injury here reportedly, and we'll see if he has to hit the injured list here. But they were also kind of saying, maybe resting against left-handers. Stowers not as hot, I guess, as he once was, but hey, my man's had a great season for sure. All right, Robert's on the over here in this one, and
final.
Even at this big price, I don't know if I can take. I don't know if I can take the Marlins here. I know this price is crazy. Oh man, upwards of 250 or 260 now. Whew, boy. But I think the Red Sox could have their way today, and I might be willing to lay it a little bit here on the run line anyway. It's minus $1.30. I'll take the Red Sox here in
final.
This one. All right. Next up, we've got the Rangers taking on the Blue Jays in that big series, and here's Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. Here on the road, Eovaldi's 10-3 with that 1.7 ERA. Just gets better and better at this. How much better can he get? Rangers are 13-7 with Eovaldi on the mound. He's 7-12 to the under in his starts here so far this season. The widely reported steam, however, did come in on Toronto in this game on Barrios. I guess I don't know if I get it, but Barrios 9-4, 3.74 ERA, and the Blue Jays have won both games so far in the series. You're just going up against a very, very hot pitcher in Eovaldi. Toronto's actually the favorite here now, probably $1.20, and we gotta reflect that in the odds here. Let me flip flop them here and make the Blue Jays the favorite And look, they've won the first 2 games of the series. It's just that Eovaldi here really has been sharp. The total also here, 8 under. Some steam coming in right now. It's on the White Sox today in their game against Kansas City. It's steam coming in. They're taking the White Sox here at plus $1.50. And right now, the Royals are going to end up at, minus $1.50 or so. So about a 15-cent move here on the White Sox coming in right now here to the Morning Steam Show. We don't just make it up to get attention. This is when the line is moving. You can check it out right now on any of the line services. We're seeing Kansas City move even as high as $1.60, or down to $1.50 here right now at circa $1.48, $1.49 at Bet Online. So we're on the move here with the White Sox. But let's continue with this one. With Eovaldi and Barrios. Still a big game here. Texas is in a bad way right now. They've lost 8 of their last 9. They've also lost 5 of their last 6 on the road. They've lost 5 of their last 6 to Toronto overall. Toronto's won 16 of their last 20 at home and 5 of their last 6 overall. Toronto's gone over in 13 of their last 19 overall. Although 5 of the last 7 games in this series have gone under, Texas has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall. Let's head to the chat in this one with Texas and Toronto today. Can they beat Eovaldi here, who's been so sharp? Let's go to the chat maybe here in this one and see what you guys have. Here we go. It's going to be Roberts on the over here in this one. Marlins run line for Lovable. That was Marlins run line there in that other game. Thank you, Lovable. Here's Rangers first 5 for Cash King. That's one way to get involved with the Eovaldi before it gets late. NYC Bar says Blue Jays, they'll get to that Texas bullpen. Texas bullpen has been very, very solid. Of course, one of the top bullpens in the league, but they have faltered a little bit here of late. Roberts on the Rangers first 5 money line. Jimmy likes the Blue Jays in this one. Bo Jackson here today says Barrios has a 10-0 record against the AL West at home. When those West Coast teams come in, Barrios has done an incredible job against them. AL West, I should say. Rangers full game for Robert, but got to think there that the move on Toronto here. So you have a very hot Toronto team against a pitcher like Eovaldi is practically unhittable right now. But all right, over for Jermaine in this one. And Bo's going to the game. Happy birthday to Bo, celebrating his birthday out there with a big baseball game in Toronto. Wish I could join you. 9 Legacy says Texas on the money line. Jermaine's on Toronto just because the Bo's going to the game. Blue likes Boston on the run line in that game against Miami. He likes it -2.5. Frank Lucas, hello, nice to see you. Says Barrios is getting no respect from the community, maybe from our community here, right? But we have to say for sure, Frank, that I think Barrios is seeing respect at the window this morning, shifting to a favorite from an underdog. Blue likes a big time here. Blue Jays -2.5. That'll get you some return here in this one. All right. For me, I'm going to try Texas here. Man, I really like Eovaldi. He has the strength to run pretty deep, and he's going to need a little run support, obviously, but I'm going to try Texas here at this price. With the move on the Blue Jays, I'm going to go with Texas today. Next up is the Brewers taking on the Reds, and another feels like pretty solid pitching matchup with Jose Quintana. Look, he's done a nice job for sure. A couple of good left-handers here right now. Quintana Yeah, people thought maybe his better days were behind him, but hey, when you're on the Brewers right now, they're trying for their 15th straight win team record. Quintana 10-4, 3.44
Critical notice.
ERA, and here we go. This is the news right now, as we saw. Let me get this news to you today. A little bit of breaking news here. James Wood of the Nationals, he is out of the starting lineup today. Looks like just the rest day for the big home run hitter Wood here. So maybe that was part of that move to Philadelphia. It's got to be right to move to $2. I said maybe we should check this Washington lineup to see if someone's out. And indeed, I'm on Washington run line, and I'm sure the Phillies are actually going to go up a little bit higher here right now on this news, but it feels like maybe that was the news that had already come out, and maybe I just missed it because of the timing of it. But Wood is out today for Washington. I'm on him here, though, plus a run and a half, but no doubt that's some late-breaking news here right now. Wood out. Okay, got Quintana and Abbott here right now with Abbott. We know how solid Abbott is. As well, 8-3 with a 2.41 ERA, 220 batting average against Abbott. Looking really good again this season. Yeah, it's had some slip-ups here and there, but you're going to get a solid outing, feels like, every time. Reds are 13-8 with Abbott on the mound. Quintana has led Milwaukee to a 13-5 record in his starts. Milwaukee comes in here with that massive winning streak right now. They've also won 9 of their last 9 straight on the road. Cincinnati's gone just 2-9 in their last 11 games at home against Milwaukee. So not only are they Milwaukee red hot, they've found an opponent that they handle pretty well here, winning 5 of the last 6 overall. As a matter of fact, Milwaukee's gone over in 6 of their last 7 games overall, but Cincinnati's gone under in 14 of their last 18 games at home. Let's see how you've got this one today with Milwaukee and Cincinnati here. Let's go to the chat. Good game, big game here today. All right, and I'm going to take a look here at what you guys have in the chat on this one. And let's see here. Frank says he'll ride with Barrios here. And you guys are talking Langford. Someone else was said Langford there today, too. Or maybe that was Frank.
Steam play.
NYC Bar likes the under in this one. Hey, some steam is coming in right now, and it's in this game. This is almost breaking news here right now. The Reds are moving to a favorite right now. So another one here. It's Sunday. You just got to wonder. We'll see. I'm sure we may get an injury or a lineup update here momentarily. It feels like with Milwaukee. We did see, a couple of moves there. Isaac Collins, the red hot star, he was on paternity leave. I would think he could be back today. I don't think he returned yesterday, but also Perkins is on bereavement for Milwaukee as well. So, but it feels like there's something here with Milwaukee, maybe in the lineups. Like I said, it is Sunday. Jake Braley, leg injury for the Reds, but there's no doubt that right now the Reds are $1.20 favorite. Let's update this here. This is steam coming in right now on the Reds here in this game against these Brewers. Very interesting here, right? The Sharps possibly. I don't know if the public is going to be all that interested in the Reds, even though, you do have a great pitcher here in Abbott. The total is 9 under 15. I don't know if it was ever 9.5. That might have been a typo, but let me just that's the closest line right there, right now, in this matchup. So let's see what you guys have. Great game today. Can the Brewers keep it going? The Reds keep choking it. Every time they have a chance, we saw yesterday, look, they took that lead. Remember, the ball got kicked over the fence. They could have put that man on third base when the player accidentally kicks it over the fence, the umpire can place the runner wherever they think he was going to end up. But the Brewers had that big 3-run home run. Um, and then the Reds kind of came back, but ended up with a fly out there to the warning track at the end of the game, and was 6-5. The Brewers got the win there yesterday for their longest win streak in franchise history at 14 games right now, and they're going for number 15 here today. Their previous best was 13 back in 1987. They've also had an 11-game winning streak already this season, which was their second best. So I don't think there's any fluke this way this is going. Let's get the chat involved here. And let's see. Oh, NYC Bar, is that true? The Brewers have a doubleheader? Well, they could win two. Irish King here today. Right, Brody? I mean, why wouldn't you just roll with this, Brewers team, it feels like right now, and right, the way it's going? Bobby Mack likes the under here. I think I do too, Robert. I think that might be my play here on the show, actually.
System play.
Brewers team total is hard to ignore, except Jermaine won't tell us if it's over or under. I think I know what he means. I think he's thinking, is he thinking over, though, against Abbott here? Cash Kane says the Reds will jump out early here in this one and not let them go. Yep, that's it. Frank, team record anyway, huh? Fernando's hoping they bet the Reds, and they are, Fernando. The value, I think, here now. Like I said, haven't seen the, injury yet, just yet in this game, but is someone resting here big for Milwaukee? Steam with the Reds, says Cash Kane. And let's see here. Frank says that's a difficult narrative to believe there. Talking about, I'm not sure, actually. Irish King says this streak means nothing. Maybe not, but when you have two, an 11 game and a 15 game, that's pretty good. Take the Brewers until they lose, maybe. Then I think Robert says you have to do that. Frank says that's nuts that they're underdogs. Who's on the mound, right? And Quintana, look, the one thing I've said, I'm sure, and you guys can back me up every day, right? Even before the winning streak, I've been howling about these Brewers starters and how deep they are. They might not have the super ace here, but it feels like if any team has a quality pitcher every time out there, it's the Brewers. All right. And Lovable says, everybody was talking, kind of taking call out Mikey a little bit. He said the Reds could win this series. And in fact, it feels like the Reds have played well. They're just maybe not clutch. I think that's all. All right. NYC Bar says maybe because of that doubleheader tomorrow, they'll have a couple of guys resting today. Maybe, but you got to think even as a team. And I don't know if I see let's see, they play an early game against the Cubs, but I don't see another game against, okay, I'm sorry. So they play the 2:20 start against the Cubs on a Monday here, and then it's a day-night doubleheader is what it is, and then they'll play at 8:05. We've already seen the line. I believe the Cubs are favored in the first game, and the Brewers are favored in the second, but I'm not quite sure yet. That line quite hasn't come out yet. D Money on the Brewers. C James, hello. This is a big game everybody's talking about. All right, I'm going to go with the under as my play here in this one. All right, next up, Atlanta is on the road, taking on Cleveland. And it's going to be Eric Fetty on the mound here, going up against Logan Allen. For Fetty here in this one, he comes in with a 5.4 ERA, 4-12 record. Atlanta 6-17 with Fetty on the mound, but you know what? Against Allen, the Braves are believe it or not, hot. Now it's probably way late here for the Braves. Still 13 games under 500. They'd have to go on a massive heater here at this point over the final 40 games of the season or so to get something done. They'd have to almost go 30-10 or 35-5 just to get anywhere sniffing the playoffs. But they are hot right now, and the Guardians not so much. Allen here 7-9 with a 4.02 ERA, 258 batting average against. Right now, these Braves come in having won 7 of their last 8 games, 5 of their last 6 on the road, 5 of the last 6 against Cleveland here. Cleveland, I say not so much. They still have won 11 of their last 15 despite a little slip up here. Cleveland's gone under in 5 of the last 6 games against Atlanta, but they've gone over in 4 of their last 6 and 5 of their last 7 games at home here. Let's see what you have in this one. Braves and Guardians. Braves might be playing the best they have all season, even though it's been kind of a lackluster season for sure. I'm going under in this game with Atlanta and Cleveland. Before I even go to the chat or look at your comments, I'm on the record. Let me see what you have, though, in this one. All right, here we go. Cash Game talking about that, right? Brody says, hey, it's got to be on everybody's mind if you're Milwaukee. You're not going to rest for tomorrow. Although, look, you could say Milwaukee has bigger expectations now at this point. And like I said, hey, you were with me when we talked about, hopefully you were, right? Back on July 22nd when I said, hey, let's take the Brewers right now at 20-1 to win the World Series. We were right here on the air. I think I was on the air when I punched the bet in at this point. The Brewers right now are down to 7-1 to win the World Series. Only the Dodgers are ahead of them. Phillies also about 7-1. My Padres are about 9 or 10-1, as are the Mariners, Tigers, Blue Jays, maybe even the Astros and Yankees in there right now. D-Money likes the under with those 2 left-handers, I think. Blue likes the Guardians here in this one. So does NYC Bar. And Irish King getting started back there with Washington. And, yeah, you know what, right, Fernando? Even Fernando says maybe it'd be tough tomorrow. That's his team, the Brewers, but doubleheader on the road against the Cubs, who, well, they're still a pretty good team. If they win that one, could you imagine the Brewers win today, they win 2 more tomorrow, and all of a sudden, boom, 18-game winning streak. And they could do it. Irish King, Boston Red Sox, first 5 in that one. Let's see here. Cash Cane's on the Guardians. Flea Mathis, great job last night with us in the chat. Thank you, Flea, for being there last night. Irish King says Atlanta, Cleveland over there. Lovable says Braves again. They seem like they're hot. Trap God's riding the Braves. Bobby Mack's on the Braves. Nine Legacy on the Braves. D-Money on the Braves. Uh-oh. Someone who isn't a chat commenter is like, I'm on the Guardians. Everyone's on the Braves. Mike Humphrey likes the under, I think, here in this one. Atlanta money line here. Nine Legacy says the Dodgers can still win the World Series. You know what? They can. They're the Dodgers, and they're so great. And they've taken apart my Padres here this weekend. Just when the Padres got to their peak point, they've beaten down the Padres, have the Dodgers right now, and those jerks, but they'll probably win the World Series. The Dodgers do have maybe some vulnerabilities for sure, but all right, Jimmy's on the Braves. Man, a lot of Braves action here for sure. Wow. I don't know if I saw that coming. Next up, we've got the Orioles on the road taking on the Astros here with Dean Kramer. He's up against Javier here, and we did see that steam come in on Houston. We got to update this line for sure with Houston. Yesterday I did go with Houston, and I was like, man, to see Houston here now, look, it's been a rough patch, but they're still battling here for, first place and everything, looking good. We know Baltimore is, and also ran here. We do have the updates, I think, coming in this game at least from the lineups today. Let me get this steam out to you real quick. It's going to be on Arizona today with Carson Kelly. Hey, we got rid of Merrill Kelly. Let's bring back Carson Kelly. I think that was already a joke out there, but Carson Kelly pitching here. And in fact, I think they're going to start Nabil Krismat in that game. And I think we still get to see Carson Kelly, but I think they've announced Krismat as the starter for Arizona in that game, but they are up to $1.40 at least here, $1.45 in that one. Arizona taking the steam. Okay, in this one, though, we do have some injury information here. Colton Cowser, he will be in the starting lineup for the Orioles. He had that concussion going on. So, but let's see what else. I think that's it for the injury, but that was something that came out just a short time ago this morning. Okay, for Kramer here, he comes in with 4.17 ERA, 8-9 record, 257 batting average against. For Christian Javier here, Javier, just his first start, it was okay for sure. He got the win, looked pretty good, looked real good actually here, and we'll see how he fares in this next start with that steam coming in on Houston. I think you got to kind of respect the move here a little bit. For Houston coming in right now, they have won 4 of their last 6. Baltimore's lost 7 of their last 10 against Houston overall, and one of the last 5, one of the last 6 games here in Houston. Baltimore's gone under in 7 of their last 10 on the road, 5 of their last 6 overall, but Houston's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games at home and 8 of their last 11 games overall. Let's see what you've got here in this one with the Orioles on the road taking on Houston now. Let me update that line. Like I said, Houston's up to feels like $1.40 on average here with that steam that came in, and the total is 8.5 under at minus 115, maybe minus 120. We'll just leave it right there and go to the chat in this one with Baltimore taking on Houston here today. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Like I said, still these games for Houston, they're still big. It's like, don't forget about us with the Houston Astros here. But, Baltimore's been pretty bad this season. I mean, right? I mean, other than the A's and the White Sox, they've been down there at the bottom. And then you have Houston here, still 14 games over 500, despite losing yesterday to the or was it yesterday? No, they won. Houston won yesterday's game. Let's see what you got in the chat. Want to say hello to Action Jackson. Here's a run line, Houston run line for NYC Bar. Jermaine can't believe he's going to bet Fetty there in that Atlanta game. Good morning to Action Jackson Astros. Team total over for Jermaine. And Lovable talking about it's been frustrating to be a Padres fan here all of a sudden, but we'll probably make the playoffs. We'll get our chance. Robert's on the over here. And Frank says, Jesus loves baseball. That's why it's on a Sunday. Jimmy says, Astros on the run line. Lovable's on the over. 9 Legacy Astros run line. And how about Doge with the high roller breakfast there? Blues on the Astros. Irish King says Houston's no good. Jerry Jones here today says Cincinnati can break that Milwaukee streak. Hello to Jerry. Reich is here. He says Philly game to go under here today. All right. So we talked about that steam that came in on Houston. It does drive up the price a little bit. I still think it's still like, shouldn't this still be kind of a mismatch in a way with Houston in there at $1, even at $1.40? Man, I know it's not the best price in the world. Maybe it's not the best play here. Just give me the under in this one with Baltimore and Houston. Just give me three straight under here right now. All right, next up. White Sox. Hey, you guys wanted it. And here they are with Davis Martin
Final.
on the road here, taking on the Royals and Burgert. Burgert's 1-1 with a 2.87 ERA, came over from the Padres. Royals won the first two. They dominate this series with the White Sox. Burgert has a 1.08 ERA, 179 batting average against for Davis Martin, 4.9 record. White Sox are 5-12 with Martin on the mound, 4.17 ERA, 281. BABIP coming in. Kansas City has dominated this series, as I said. They've won 13 of the last 15 games between the two. The White Sox have dropped 10 of their last 12 overall. Kansas City's won 6 of their last 7 at home and 4 of their last 5 overall. Coming into this one, also, Kansas City's gone over in 8 of their last 12 games. The White Sox, though, have gone under in 4 of their last 5. Kansas City and the White Sox have gone under in 15 of their last 20 matchups between the two division foes here. Let's see what you have, man. Kansas City's dominating this series. The steam came in on the White Sox because the Sharps must know better, right? Or for us squares, maybe it is a discount on Kansas City here, almost making the making the money line tolerable. I'm showing Kansas City. I'll still call it $1.60. I think most of the prices are under $1.60, maybe $1.55 on average, but I don't know if the steam took it down that much here. I still just might roll Royals run line. The Sharps, like I said, they're definitely on the White Sox here. Maybe they know best, but let's see what you have. All right, White Sox run line says NYC bar. Jimmy likes the under here in this one. Royals and Burger to record the win. Cash Cane's on the White Sox, right? So I do believe that the White Sox are getting some attention. I just think it makes the price a little bit better on Kansas City here, it feels like today. All right. Man, could I just end up on another under here? It feels like with this 9.5 sticking out like a sore thumb at this point. I'll take give me the Royals on the run line. That's what I'll do. With that steam coming in, making the price a little bit more affordable. Actually, the Royals are getting, I believe, a little bit of plus money now with that steam coming in. Royals are minus 1.5 at plus 125. I'll take that. Brody did it. He's with me. Royals run line. Lovable flush. I think that means lovable flush. She's going to kill me on that one. Royal flush. I think that means she likes the Royals here. Hey, we've got some steam in the WNBA here today on the Seattle Storm. Hey, hopefully you join me if you want to a little bit after this show. You can go check out the 2-3 zone. Man, everyone's talking 2-3 zone. I don't know. They just told me over on that other channel that I had to do a WNBA show like I had in previous years there before I left there for a season. But I came back there and they said, you got to do a WNBA. They didn't really say it like that. But we do a WNBA show over there. Join Justin McKelvey and Ron Crawford and I. Every day there's games for the 2-3 zones. Check it out over there at the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And I did preview this game, but the steam is coming in on the Seattle Storm. And right now, the Storm are moving. They were a 1-point dog. They're going to be a 1-point favorite probably when this game goes off right now. Action coming in on the Storm. All right, you might have heard some more steam in the background. We got to pass this along to you. The Tampa Bay Rays are taking the steam this morning against the Giants with Pepio going up against Webb. So let's just at least update that right now. We'll get to the preview, but Tampa Bay in that game, they were plus, I think, $1.40. But right now they're all the way down to $1.20 or so. This is nearly a 20-cent move on Tampa Bay. We'll see who might be out of the lineup for San Francisco, or maybe it's just a move on Pepio here. But no doubt, move is on Tampa Bay here this morning. We'll get a few minutes before we go to that. Blue was on the Royals there as well. All right. Anyway, here with the we already got that one. Let's move on to the next game right now with the Tigers on the road with Paddock going up here against the Twins. And, I think the Twins have kind of moved to – this is a bullpen game for the Twins today, but I believe they have a different pitcher here to start. Thomas Hatch is going to be coming up here to make this start. The Twins just got Hatch from the Royals here, actually, about 2 weeks ago. So they did claim him, and Minnesota's had to. I mean, they've had some issues for sure. So you're going to get Hatch here, who's come over from the Royals organization. Let me type him in here. I think Hatch is the opener, but don't panic. I mean, you're going to get some different Twins out there for sure. And if anything, this has led that line I had on screen was never correct. I think I was just, because of the pitching situation, I never actually filled in the line for the Tigers because the Twins were going to come in here with this type of bullpen game, it feels like, the whole time. The total is 9 here with Paddock on the road. This might be an okay spot for a guy like Paddock. I know he's kind of easy to pick on with his mediocre numbers or inconsistency. Anyway, he's got a 4.76 ERA, 4-10 record. His teams are 7-17, but he's been Paddock so far with the Tigers. I guess that's what I'd say. 1.22 WHIP, 260 batting average against coming in. And like we said, for the Twins, definitely a bullpen game, but the Twins have lost 5 of their last 6 games here right now. Detroit's won 6 of their last 7. 5 of their last 6 games on the road. They've also gone 6-2 in their last 8 games against Minnesota. Detroit's gone over in 10 of their last 15, but Minnesota's gone under in 6 of their last 8, including 4 of their last 5 games at home, and 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Let's go to the chat here in this one with the Tigers and the Twins today and see what you guys have. Look, Tigers obviously going to be favored here, but man, that price, even on Detroit, at least it's down to $1.45. It might be a little bit tolerable here, but let's see here. Let's go to the chat. I mean, if anything, I'm getting a little discount on the Tigers. I don't know if I can go run line with these guys right now, even with Bohica's here. He wants the Bassmasters coverage. Thank you, Bohica. It is Sunday morning after all. But we're moving out of fishing season, believe it or not. I didn't want to have the heart to tell Mikey there. Okay, here we go. See if I can get the right plays. You guys had some other plays on the White Sox. I might have missed some of those. Let's see where I left off. Robert here. I think he's on over. That might have been the last game. Sorry about that, Robert. Brody, Royals run line. Okay, no, I went through those. There we go. Here we go.
Final.
There's Bohica is ready for that Bassmasters coverage. And Tigers for NYC Bar. Lovable plays wants no part of the Twins until next year. Keith Just Truth. Tigers team total over 9 legacy. Tigers on the run line. Thank you to Gorky here with his women's semifinal picks in Cincinnati today. He's got Iga. He's got Paulini. Paulini. I will say this about Paulini. Now, look, Paulini's looking great out there. My little firecracker. Getting it done, although it hasn't been all perfect with Paulini for sure in this particular matchup with Kudermetova, with Veronica Kudermetova. Kudermetova has won the last 3 against Paulini, all on hard courts, including here in Cincinnati a couple of years ago. But Paolini's a higher ranked player now. Let's just face it. All right, Gorky says take the Mariners on the run line. Gorky says Red Sox and Dodgers money line as well. And Lovable doesn't bet Minnesota very well. All right. San Francisco says keep an eye on that steam. It was pretty sharp there. Was that yesterday, SF Niner, that the steam did well? I could peek at it here real quick, but glad you're keeping track of that. That's cool. We did see plenty of winners yesterday with the steam there, right? They had yesterday, remember, they had the Nationals yesterday was the steam. The Rockies were the steam yesterday as well. The Athletics were a winner. The steam was on. And, it's just not some term. I mean, it's usually the largest move that is coordinated when the line moves all the way across the board. Here's Robert on the over in this one with Detroit and Minnesota. Jimmy says Diamondbacks there. NYC Bar says the Mets are in the Little League Classic game today. They'll fly in here. I'm already watching the Little League action here right now. You got to like how Las Vegas is looking, you guys. I think Las Vegas or Summerlin can go to the Little League World Series Championship. They look to be the best U.S. team here. I think it's going to be Las Vegas and Chinese Taipei in the Little League final. We still got a ways to go. They're playing elimination games today, including one here right now with Washington and Massachusetts. This one's end of 4. Washington leads 3-2, and I think it's going to be a real Washington's got those boppers, and I think they can win this one. But all right, let's see here. SF Niner. I've been terrible in Cincinnati. I mean, I laid off early because I struggled in the Canadian hard court, and then I tried the other day. I had some real clunkers in there, man. Real disappointment. Okay, Brian says here's his plays: Jays money line, Rays money line, Mariners money line. Brian, thanks for the picks here on a Sunday. We got to get to the action. We're not seeing you on the weekday of the show, so we got to have you in here on the weekends. Thanks, Brian. And look at this, Abel. Here's Abel. Shows up. Oh, Abel. Look, I love Abel. Comes in with the West Up parlay. I think he even squeezed it in there yesterday, and I missed it. And I'm sorry, Abel, at the end of the show. I think it was yesterday. And I was making fun of Abel. Lucky he's still here because I said, oh, look, Abel didn't show up for 2 days with Padres. Now the Dodgers are winning. Abel's back, but love you, Abel. And Dodgers have looked pretty good here, putting the Padres in their place. I have to admit it here, but we'll get them in the playoffs. We'll get you, Abel, hopefully. Hey, every 15 or 20 years, they throw the Padres a bone, all right? Jays and Rays there. I was talking about Brian's plays, I think. Yeah, so Niners running out of teams to bet. All right. Well, this is not a great price, it feels like, on Detroit, but I still kind of want to take them today here. Maybe it's a little bit of a discount. Paddock, not necessarily the man, but I'm just going to go with Detroit on the money line here. Okay. Next up, it's the Yankees taking on the Cards. And, boy, how about it here? The Yankees talking about putting a team kind of in their place here. It feels like a little bit. Yankees have won the first 2 games. They look pretty impressive doing it. Will Warren on the mound, 7-5, 4.34 ERA, 240 batting average against. For Mikolas here, 6-9 record, 4.97 ERA. Not a great pitching matchup, it looks like here, but Warren's done a good job, man. I keep saying it. 14-11 record for the Yankees. Still a pretty big favorite here, $1.50. I think it's moved a little bit. Right now I'm showing the Yankees are $1.45 or $1.50 here right now in the total. 9 under 25 for sure here. Move to the under, but I don't think, let me see. Definitely got steamed here a little bit. But They did take a juiced up number, but it is moving lower here. It looks like 9 under 20 right now. That's a pretty, I'd say the move is to the under with Warren and Mikolas. Let's look at some of the streaks here for these two teams. You got the Yankees now having won 4 of their last 5. They dropped 6 of their last 9 on the road, but the Cardinals have lost 4 of 5. It's 5 of their last 7 at home right now. Cardinals have gone under in 6 of their last 9, and the Yankees have gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. We're seeing the Mets here getting off the plane right now here with the Little League Classic with all the kids and the players ready to greet the kid. This is a great tradition they've started here with the Little League Classic. I'll say this to Abel. We got job. They should have put the Padres and the Dodgers here as the Little League Classic, but you got to send them all the way back east for the game. They usually pick 2 East teams. I'm pretty sure there are a team that's on the West team that's been on the West Coast. On the East Coast, I think has gone to that Little League Classic game. But that is the game today, and they play that Little League Classic game in that nice stadium. They don't play with a 200-foot fence, by the way, in the Little League Classic. But excited for this Summerlin team, Summerlin South. I think they are the team to beat. Here come the players off the plane right now. This is great to see the kids here, and we're seeing the team. I believe that's the team from Canada and Panama in there as well, I think, greeting the team right now as they get off the plane. All right. Here we go. Let me get the picks in. We don't have time to watch that, but it is neat there anyway. All right. Let's see here some comments from the chat here with the Cardinals and the Yankees. All right. New York NYC Bar likes the Mets here. Thank you, Bar. Keith Just Truth. Cardinals team total over in this one. And Yankees will get to Mikolas, says Bar. Jimmy likes the Yankees here. Padres played like a Little League team, says Abel. Yankees for Robert McCormick here. And I think that might be it. We're getting some WNBA steam that just came in. Maybe you heard it right now. And it is on the Wings and the Aces game to go over. Hey, hopefully you're checking me out on that show that I told you, the 2-3 zone, where you would have been all over this one already because, man, it's going north. Another Dallas game here, maybe heading over. Steam coming in on the over right now with Las Vegas and Dallas up to 171 or higher here right now. Okay, I guess I got to make my pick here with the Yankees and the Cardinals here today. And let me make my call on this one. A little bit of a tough one here because of the line, I think, of that Yankees upwards of $1.50. Some injury notes coming in. Cody Bellinger questionable. Paul Goldschmidt questionable as well here for the Yankees. That news just coming in here to the high-speed sports wire with the early games. We're getting these early updates. Vinny Pasquantino, he's questionable today for the Royals with a little bit of illness here as well. Marcus Semien of Texas, questionable with a wrist injury today. So we're just starting to get those. Good morning to Kelly in the chat. Thank you. Hit the like, everybody. Like this channel. Subscribe to Sports Money.
Final.
All right. Come on, Ramon. Wake up. You got to make this call here in this one. But I'm just getting these injuries from the Cardinals as well today. Getting some notes here from the Cards. Victor Scott is questionable. Brendan Donovan questionable. And Wilson Contreras questionable. Those are some players for sure. Man, this Cardinals update. Definitely missing some players. Let me take the Yankees here. It feels like this will be a little bit of a thin lineup today. I'll take the Yankees. They've dominated here so far, putting it down They're $1.50. Let me just make it my free play. All right, next up, the Pirates are on the road taking on the Cubs. You got Majinski here back for the Pirates going up against Javier Assad. A pretty big number, another big number here for sure with the Cubs. Even with the move we talked about here, I don't know if the Pirates. I think the steam just came in on the over in this game. That's all. Driving it maybe from 7.5 here up to 8 in this matchup. You're still seeing a lot of 7.5 unders. Let's call it 180. There's some 185s out there a little bit. The sharp books are definitely lower than this. The total, though,
Final.
has to be updated because the total here with Pittsburgh is 7.5 under 20, not 8. It's a good half a run lower right now. So you got to figure the conditions favor the pitchers here with the Pirates and the Cubs, and I think that's why you're seeing this move where it is here right now. For Majinski, 9 starts. He's 2-7 this season. He's got that 4.20 ERA, 1.38 WHIP, 280 batting average against, and a 3.30 BABIP. For Assad, didn't look that great in his first start. The Cubs did lose, but we'll see if Javier Assad can get his form back. Why wouldn't he? Pirates have dropped 6 of their last 7, including 4 of their last 5 on the road. They've dropped 5 of their last 7 against the Cubs overall. But the Cubs come in having lost 4 of their last 6 games coming in. 5 straight meetings between these two teams in Wrigley have gone under. The Cubs have gone under in 6 straight. 6 straight meetings overall have gone under, and the Cubs have gone under in 5 straight at home. So some under trends for sure in this one with Majinski taking on Assad here, and the total's gone down to 7.5. Let's see what you guys have here in this one, and I'll make my call. Big favorites here, of course, but I think with Assad here, we'll see, but I'd probably favor the Cubs. Let's see what you guys got. Yankees run line there for 9 legacy. Here's VAR on the Cubs. And Brian says you'll have Haney coming in there after Majinski to handle the duties. Just want to get Majinski in there against this first part of the lineup. All right, Cubs over here with
Final.
the Athletics money line, says Jimmy. And I think SF Niner has Kutch for a home run in this one. All right. I'll take the Cubs on the run line. All right, next up, there's 9 Legacy will join me. All right, Arizona here on the road taking on the Rockies. And I have Nelson, or that was yesterday's pitcher. Actually, I think we just didn't have the Diamondbacks clear here, but Nabil Crismat, I think the Colombian pitcher, is going to be in there today, and the Diamondbacks are $1.45. The total 12.5 over at -120. All right, there we go. I don't think this one I had the correct line or anything because I think we were wondering about the situation here with the Diamondbacks today and the pitching. The steam came in on Arizona, however, as we mentioned just a short time ago, moving that line up. For Colorado here, you've got Senzatella in here. And this is either a bullpen game or an opener here. I thought DeSclafani was kind of slated in here to handle some of the action, and then they had a different opener. But I think we could say Nabil Crismat right now, I believe, has the one on the list to get the start here against Antonio Senzatella, who also is making a bit of a return in this game. 21 starts, 4-14 records, 7.34 ERA. Arizona's kind of beating up on these guys here, although the Rockies did get the win there yesterday with Dolander. So, we took it on the chin. I think Arizona was actually leading that game early. Let's see what you have here. with two of the biggest money burners in the league. You bet these two teams every day, you're down 50 units this season. Arizona comes in 6-3 in their last 9. They've beaten Colorado in 14 of the last 20 matchups between the two teams. Colorado's actually on a little bit of a good run here of late, but still, they've gone over in 7 of their last 9 at home, 12 of their last 18 games overall. Arizona, however, has gone under in 4 of their last 5 trips here into Colorado. Let's see what the chat has on this one, with an increase in price for sure on the Diamondbacks here. Go to the chat. Thank you for joining me, everybody. VAR likes the Diamondbacks here in this one. SF Niner says Corby to hit a home run. Lovable says Colorado wins today. And look, if anything, right, maybe for Colorado, like I said, they've won 4 of their last 5. They've won 2 out of the last 3 here. They can win the series today. If they get this one, I kind of want to go with them too. I'd only go with them here on the show. And the run line is not very, I don't think it's very attractive. I think you got to go with, oh, wow. So here's Colorado with just a plus 125 and they're minus $1. Give me Colorado on the run line at plus 1.5. They're only minus $1.15. That's, I think I can get behind that. Look, don't want to go with Colorado. It feels like at all, but I'll do it this time. I'll do it today. They've won 2 of 3. Why not? Robert liked the over there. Okay. Next up, nobody wanted to comment on that game. Let's just move on. Angels and A's here. Soriano going up against Springs. This feels like a pretty decent pitching matchup, even though we're stuck in West Sacramento. Soriano, 3.84. Good pitching matchup for Soriano, 8-9, 3.84 ERA, 2.49 batting average against. For Springs, the left-hander here, he's got a 4.06 ERA, but 1.15 WHIP, 2.26 batting average against, and a 2.40 BABIP. The metrics would kind of say that Springs is a pretty decent pitcher still, despite the 4 ERA. And, the A's, they've had a pretty rough season, but they are 12-11 with Springs on the mound. I guess you could do worse. Now, the Angels have lost the first 2 in this series. They were dominating the A's in the past couple of seasons, but this series has belonged to Oakland here right now. Oakland's won 5 of their last 7. The Angels have dropped 7 of 8 on the road. This despite the fact they've won 8 of the last 10 still against the A's coming in, but I think I'll throw it out the window right now. The A's might be having a pretty good series here.
Final.
Angels have gone over in 7 of their last 8. A's have gone actually under in 9 of their last 13. And I think we get more of a pitcher's game here, even in this stadium today. Right now, the total is pretty heavily juiced at 10 under, even 20 or 25 right now. I don't know if we'll update it unless, let's see here, the Angels are $1.15 still. So let's see how you have it in this one with the Angels and the A's. I'll tell you, the sharp bettors kind of all over the Angels here. Maybe they don't trust Springs. Look, the Angels against left-handed pitching this season, just 10-12. That's not great, but it's a better percentage than their overall winning percentage. So let's go to the chat, though, and see what you guys might have in this one. Here's VAR likes the A's here. Line Legacy says Angels money line. And let's see. I really have a feeling that the sharpest of bettors are going to take the Angels here. I'm just not sure I can do it. I wish I was good enough to probably do it, if that makes any sense. All right, SF Niner says A's team total over here. So, all right, man. I'm going to have to take the A's again. I'm going to take the A's to complete this sweep. All right, we got a few more here right now, and man, the Rays are taking on the Giants, and boy, our run's hard to come by. It feels like this series right now, we've got Pepio coming in. We said the steam already came in on Pepio and the Rays here in this game, driving this line down. I think it's closer to $1.40 right now than $1.60 for sure. There we go. For the Rays and Pepio, 8-9 record, 3.86 ERA, 2.28 batting average against. The numbers are good for Pepio for sure. For Webb, 10-9 with a 3.34 ERA, 2.66 batting average against, but a 3.51 BABIP for Webb. Not a Webb-like season, that's for sure, with okay numbers, but the Giants are in a bad way right now. They've dropped 7 straight, including 5 straight at home. They've also lost 5 of the last 6 at home here to Tampa Bay. No wonder the moves come in on Tampa Bay. Tampa's won 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one, and they've also beaten the Giants in 5 of the last 6 overall. They won a couple games at home, I believe, against them here. So let's see what you have. I mean, this is going to be, man, it feels like another low-scoring game, but can I go? Let's see what you guys have in this one. Feels like Tampa here, not getting the best price, so I'll probably just end up on Tampa as a free play here. I've missed the move. It feels like the Sharps took out the good number. All right, lovable place. Right, lovable. We said it early on. We were kind of on the A's early on, and they probably have exceeded their expectations this season because I think the A's were probably expected to be down there with the Rockies and the White Sox, and that just hasn't been the case. NYC Bar likes the Rays. Mike's going to lean to the Halos in that other game. Thank you, Mike. Kelly says this, San Francisco, can you believe this streak at home like that? That is dismal. I mean, fortunately, the Giants have a great fan base. I really haven't heard them booing just yet. Giants run line here for 9 legacy. Yeah, that'll be a good return. I'm going to take Tampa Bay for sure. Look, maybe it will be the day. You got to have the stopper in there. Webb is probably the stopper, but this is a bad streak right now. The Giants are playing horribly. Okay, let's go to the big one. Abel's here. He's been waiting for this moment for all my life. Padres here with Darvish, and Darvish has looked good. I mean, look, they rested him a little bit, got him on the rehab a little bit, and he's been good ever since he's kind of come back. So he's up against Glass now. What a good pitching matchup this probably will be today. I think I'd favor the pitching over the offense here, even though both teams obviously pretty strong offensively as well. But it does seem like the way Darvish is going, we're back to kind of vintage you a little bit, and maybe some vintage Glass now. Is he a vintage kind of guy at this point? I think so. He's getting up there in age. Darvish, 7 starts, 5.61 ERA, but I think you can look past that with the last few starts. Going up against the Dodgers makes it tough, but for Glass now here, he's made 11 starts, just a 1-1 record. He really doesn't run that deep right now, but maybe they can get enough innings out of him. 3.08 ERA, 172. Batting average against, wow, 210 BABIP. Dodgers have won pretty easily here. In the first 2 games, they have me frustrated for sure here. I have no problem admitting the Dodgers have taken the Padres out. Now, I know that the Sharps are going to come in on the Padres here. I have a feeling for sure, and I probably can't get away from the Padres today, even though the Dodgers are discounted here. Look at this. They're $1.35. Oh, boy. All right, I'll update it. It's going to take the value away from the Padres. I'll probably just take them to go against Abel here and be a sport about it. But I will say this. The clear value to me is on the Dodgers in this game. Total here is 8.5 under 20. Hope you respect what I'm saying about when I say the value. So many people throw the term value around they say, hey, the values on this team. What they mostly say on these shows is they say it's the value because that's the side they like. I don't like the Dodgers uh, today, I don't think, although I usually go with the value there. And that's what you get with the Dodgers. I think you get value here with the Dodgers today, down from $1.50 to $1.35 without maybe much lineup change. Like I said, it is Sunday, so maybe we have a little bit of lineup manipulation today, but nothing that I've seen so far from this matchup. It is still early here, obviously, uh, on the West Coast. So let me look at the chat here, make sure Abel's still here, and I'll probably end up just taking the Padres for the heck of it. Oh, maybe Abel left. Let me see here. All right. Lovable play likes Minnesota and San Francisco. They get the bats going once a week. Okay, Padres and under here for Jimmy. Glasnow's been great. Take the under. Robert's with me on the Padres here. NYC Bar says Dodgers on the run line today. And Lovable says the Dodgers are finally getting the glass now that they signed there a little bit. Kelly talking about the Padres and the Dodgers are going to get, I think she's saying, to get together again, not next series. 7 of 10 games against each other. That's what Kelly's saying. And Keith Just Truth likes the under in the first 5 here in this one. I'm going to go ahead and take the Padres. I wonder why Abel left before I hope he didn't get mad. Am I saying bad things, Abel? I'm taking the Padres. You can come in here and gloat when the Dodgers win tomorrow. I wish this was the Sunday night game, but I know we got that Little League Classic. So, okay. Let's get to the next one here. 9 Legacy Dodgers on the run line there. Okay. Padres need to get one of these, man. How about that? They get all the way to first place, and then they're going to get swept. I knew it was too good to be true. Let's go to the Little League Classic game here between the Mariners. The Mets are the designated home team. Like I said, the West Coast team does go out there sometimes, and therefore gets to play in it. But it is still the Mets are the designated home team, so I'll just kind of leave it at that. This game is being played. It's a nice little stadium that they built out there. It seats about 25,000 people at Bowman Field. So it's kind of like shaped like a Little League stadium a little bit, but they do have the real dimensions. Like I said, they'll play a 200 foot seat stadium, but they played this game out there for now 8 straight years. Washington has won, so they remain alive in the Little League World Series, and I still think Washington is a team to be reckoned with. It could come down to Washington and Summerlin. But the average score of this game has always pretty much been an under between these two. Last year, the Tigers won over the Yankees 3-2 and 10. The year before that, it was 4-3. The year before that, 5-3. The year before that, 3-0. So the game plays a little bit, it feels like, to the under in past. So here you have Kirby going up against Holmes. So a pretty decent pitching matchup too. For Kirby, he's 8-5 with a 3.71 ERA. Holmes is 9-6 with a 3.71 ERA. Talk about even. And Kirby, 107 WHIP, 227 batting average against. Holmes, 248 batting average against. Close pitching matchup is what it is. For Seattle, they've won 9 of their last 12 overall. They've won 4 of the last 5 against the Mets. Coming into this one, not only that, series is tied here right now at 1-1 here this weekend, but the Mets have still dropped 10 of their last 12. So this might be just something they have to do. I didn't notice it there, but they were kind of walking past the kids a little bit. I know it's frustrating right now for the Mets, but you got to take it in, take in the moment. It feels like a little bit. Seattle's gone under in 8 of their last 9 games on the road and 4 of their last 5 overall. Mets have gone over in 5 of their last 7 games. So let's see what you've got here in this one tonight. Important game for sure for both teams, right? You got the Mariners currently in the wild card, in position in the wild card right now, and the Mets, meanwhile, they are still hanging on by a game and a half over the Reds. They've got to keep winning here right now. Current line is the Mariners are up to $1.25 here at this point. You know, when the Mets were going so bad there, weren't they? Total here is currently 8.5. All right, let's see what you've got here in the chat. I'll make my call in this one. Here we go. Let me find it here. I think I've lost my place. Okay, a Mets money line here for Brody. NYC Bar says Mets money line. 9 legacy on the Mets. Here's Keith Just True says Mets team total and over 8.5. Yeah, I gotta go under in this one. Sorry, Keith, but I'll take under. Like I said, this has been pretty much an under game in this park. It's a nice park, pretty straightaway, pretty standard dimensions for sure. Robert McCormick likes Seattle. That's going to do it for the baseball. If you want to get one more comment in, that's fine. But I'm going to move to the WNBA right now and clear out our game. I think I got WNBA lined up next. Let me see here. Yes, 5 games today in the W, and we're going to have to check them out here right now with Indiana taking on Connecticut. And you have the Fever, a big road favorite here against the Sun. Wow. Fever favored. They're down to a 6-point favorite. Fever have definitely seen some struggles now. For a while, we were saying, hey, man, look at the record. The Fever are better with Caitlin Clark. Not anymore. They've had their share of struggles. They're just 2 games over 500 this season. Connecticut, hey, they played a little bit better here of late. They're the worst team in the league record-wise. They're probably not as bad as Chicago anymore. Chicago's probably superseded them, it feels like, as the worst team in the league, I guess.
Final.
So, see what you guys have here in this one with Indiana and Connecticut here today. And, I'll make a play as well, but let's see how you guys have it. If you guys are playing some WNBA action here today. Like I said, Connecticut played pretty well here considering their terrible season. This one's at 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific. Connecticut snapped a losing streak last time out by finally picking up that win. They beat Chicago. Indiana, meanwhile, they've lost and failed 4 of their last 5 games coming into this one. I'm going to go ahead and take Connecticut here in the first half plus 3.5. Give me Connecticut at home first half as my play in this one. NYC Bar likes the over there. Next up, the Sparks are on the road, or as I like to call them, the Spracks. All right, let me fix that. And they are down to about a 3. I'm even seeing 2.5 here at some spots. Look, I've been kind of the one leading the way, it feels like, in this Mystics situation. They're really starting to play a lot better here. Maybe too little too late. I don't know if they can play well enough to get in the playoffs. They've won 2 of their last 3. They've been covering some games here for sure. They covered in a loss against Minnesota as well, covering 3 of their last 4. You know, they play really good in the second half here. This has been a pretty big move on Washington, actually. They were as low as others, or they were getting 6 when this line opened, but now it's all the way down to 3, maybe even 2.5. Look at this. Total's gone up here. We mentioned, what is it here? 171.5, maybe even 172. Feels like 171.5 is the consensus line here. So I'm going to go over in the first half with LA and Washington here. Give me the over in the first half here. LA's played great to earn their way back into the playoff picture for sure here, but they've got work to do. This is a very important game. It almost feels like the loser of this game is really going to have their work cut out for them in the to make the playoffs. If you look at these two teams right now in the playoff chase, you have the Sparks currently sitting in 9th, and the Mystics are in 10th. Neither team is in the playoffs right now. The Sparks are a half a game out of 8th, and the Mystics are a game and a half out of 8th. And they can reverse their fortunes here with a win against the Sparks. We'll go to the chat here in this one. Okay, Robert did like the Sun in that first one, and Bar liked the Sparks. Robert likes the Mystics here and the over. And want to say, Johnny Walker, hello, nice to see you. He likes the Spracks. Good to see Johnny Walker there in the chat. All right, I'm going to take first half over here with the Spracks and the Mystics. I'll keep it going right now with the Wings and the Aces here. We already mentioned that steam that came in on the over in this game. Hopefully you checked out the 2-3 zone and are ahead of the curve with me on that. And let's see what you have here with the Wings taking on the Aces right now. We know the Wings are in the bottom 3 for sure, and they've started to struggle here again late in the season. Meanwhile, the Aces are as hot as they've been all season. Finally here, they're really getting it together right now, and that's probably why they're upwards of now an 11-point favorite. Really? All right, if you say so. I mean, look, they're playing great. Dallas not so much, but still seems kind of, with the Aces and their poor spread record for sure. I say poor. They're actually just 7-9 against the spread at home right now, but they're on a little bit of a roll. They're on a big winning streak. They're covering all of them as well, although let me update it here because they are minus 11. They did beat Connecticut recently. This is a real interesting comparison, right? Because they beat Connecticut about 10 days ago, I think it was, a week ago, last Sunday. And they were an 11.5-point favorite at home against Connecticut, and they won 94-86 by only 8 points. Now, they are playing hot, but when you're playing a team that's a little bit down, maybe you can think you could take it easy. The thing is, the Aces thought they could take it easy from the get-go. Look at these great. This is one of my favorite things. They're showing the live feed from the bus here with the Mets riding here with the kids. You got Pete here sitting with a young man, I believe from Panama. A couple guys. Oh, look, they got some Spanish speaking there in the back with the some of the Mets there. Really cool. Pete looks like a little kid today a little bit, but they're on the bus. They're on the bus. And, I know you guys know I run a little high school show, and I've got a little graphic for them on the bus. That's what you got to do. You got to go on the bus. But we're seeing that ride that they take with the kids. What a great experience for them. Okay. Anyway, here, let me get to this one with Dallas here and Las Vegas. So let's see what we got here. Go to the chat a little bit. NYC Bar likes the Aces to roll here. Also, SF Niner says focus on those Asia props. I guess he's meaning over today. Jimmy said take the Spracks +6. Hey, Ron's in the chat. He likes the Wings today. How about that? Nice. Thank you, Ron. Let me mark that down from my partner there. We missed him on the show. Justin also took the Wings on the show. That should definitely be noted, I think, by everyone there. Here's Bobby Mack says take the Aces in the first half here. Definitely on a roll. Give me the over in the first half here with Dallas and Vegas.
Final.
All right, we're moving here into the later games right now in the WNBA. Next up, the Mercury taking on the Storm. Well, we already said the Storm took the steam, and they're a 1-point favorite right now, and the total here has gone up as well. Let me just flip-flop it here. There we go. I think the game has ended here with Chelsea and Crystal Palace finishes a 0-0 draw here today. And we saw Nottingham Forest drub Brentford 3-1. Coming up, bottom of the hour, Arsenal and Manchester United. Just about to go, Getafe and Celta de Vigo in La Liga. And my San Diego FC plays tonight.
Final.
All right, here we go. Storm, and this total's gone up as well to about 165. Up about 1.5 points here with the Mercury and the Storm. Like I said, hopefully you checked out the show there with me and Justin. Yesterday, Ron couldn't make it, but we did do the 2-3 zone. Check it out. Ron said he posted some of his plays there. Thanks, Ron.
Final.
Check that out. All right. A Storm here for NYC Bar. He says lay extra points here in this one. SF Niner says take the Mercury in this one.
Final.
And Ron does like Arsenal in that game coming up. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, Arsenal laying a half a goal today on the road against Man U. Thank you, Ron. Great to have some soccer action there. All right, and for me in this one with Phoenix and Seattle here, I'm going to have to go with Seattle in this one. I think, look, I've been down on Seattle. I'm still kind of down on Seattle here, but they showed a little bit something to me when they won that game in Vancouver the other night. Let me take Seattle in the first half here. Look, I've got a first half plays here today, it looks like. All right. And Bobby Mack says, yeah, we did take Crystal Palace there as our play there with the Win Club today, plus a half a goal. I did lay the chalk there to do it, but I did think they would stay within a goal there. All right. And Ron likes Tigers as his spreadsheet play of the day. No piano, though. Okay, one more here in the W, and it's going to be the Dream taking on the Valkyries in this one. Look at that, huh? With the Valkyries, they're a big underdog at home. Now, I know the lines moved a little bit here for sure. You guys got to check out that 2-3 zone. It usually comes out before, midnight Eastern time, as long as I remember to download the video. Half the time I forget. The Dream here favored by 3.5, maybe even 3 at some spots, although it's 4.5 at Bovada, although the Valkyries are juiced. A total definitely 153.5 here in this one with the Dream coming in. And, well, I don't know. I know we expect a low-scoring game with these two teams, but I don't know if I can necessarily do it here with this one. I'm going to end up here on the first half over. In this one. Give me first half. I've got first half in every game here. Give me the first half over with Atlanta and Golden State. Golden State comes in with a 4-game winning streak. They're hot again, despite losing key players this year. They've built a great organization. They were able to withstand these injuries, it feels like, and the Valkyries have moved up to 6th place. It's still a precarious position, especially when you're playing the second-best team record-wise in the league. I think Atlanta, New York, and Phoenix and the Aces for sure now are all in a group, but the Valkyries are right behind them. So Atlanta was hot, but they did finally lose a game. They were on a winning streak, but lost to Seattle in that second game. Funny, they beat them in Seattle, but lost the game in Vancouver. So Valkyries are playing terrific here all season long. Have done a great job. Won and covered 4 straight right now, but the only one who's probably better against the spread than the Valkyries is pretty much Atlanta, it feels like, this season. So give me the over in the first half here. I know I've had a couple of maybe, I want to say, subpar days here in the WNBA on this show, so I think I've tuned it up here a little bit. I'm going to look to play some of these first halves today and try to bring some winners on the show. All right. NYC Bar was on the over, and SF Diner says, I'm fading the Valkyries today. Take Atlanta. And I will say this, right? We want to be upfront, honest, transparent, whatever it's called. But the value is on Atlanta here. I don't think there's enough in the injury factor to warrant this move to the Valkyries. I think it's just more people playing the Valkyries. So Monique Billings has still been out for a while now. I mean, we know Thornton's out. That's been the thing with the Valkyries. But Jordan Canada is out tonight for Atlanta. That's at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, the late game. We've got 2 games in the NFL real quick to go over here, and let's go to it. The Jaguars are on the road taking on the Saints here. Man, the Saints. This does look bad, you guys. I hope it's not an Aints
Final.
situation here this season, but we'll see. I know it's only the preseason here, but man, it's kind of tough to even want to try to get on this Saints team, even as a home dog in a preseason game right now, the way things are going. The Jaguars are favored here. I think it's actually down to 2.5 in a lot of spots, mostly 2.5. So the total has gone up here to 41. Show's almost over. Thanks, everybody, for joining me here. But if you want to stick here for a little bit of NFL, we'll just kind of look at the players a little bit today and see who's going to be in there and see if we can determine whether or not these Aints are just the Aints yet. So the one thing is Tyler Show has definitely looked pretty good. Rattler, maybe not so much. Jake Hayner, in there as well, but I think we get a lot of show today, so maybe that is a good sign for the Saints here. But for the Jaguars here, they could have some good running tonight. I think with they'll have Bashal Tootin, man. If you saw this guy carry the rock last week, you got to wonder about Bashal Tootin. He looks like he's kind of pulling ahead in the running back competition as far as the backups here. You figure with Etienne and Bigsby going to get the bulk of the work, someone's got to come in. This man, Bashal Tootin, looked pretty good last game. And you'll also see LaQuint Allen in there as well for the Jaguars. So for the Saints, they should be able to run the ball pretty well too with Cam Akers. I think you'll see CEH today in there as well. For the Saints, and also Bellis Jones, who played pretty well last week. So let's see what anybody playing some NFL preseason today here. Let me know. Man, it does feel like the Saints are terrible. Maybe they can get a win here before the preseason's over. But I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and, if it's 2.5, I'll take the Jaguars here. Let's see if the Saints can do something. But this team looks bad. It looks like it's bad enough that it's not going to work out in the preseason. I think NYC's on the under here. Not much from you guys in the chat for these preseason games. How about the Bills and the Bears? Oh, you got the Trubisky game here. Hey, the Bears are probably going to harass Trubisky here. Look, the Bills are great. They're much better than the Bears. Bills don't have much to go on, it feels like, here in this game. I think it's a get in, get out. For the Bills. I think I did see, right? I think Allen is, they said questionable. I imagine Allen could get out there. I don't think we've seen for sure yet. But look at this. I mean, here's the quote from McDermott. I will just tell you, we got to get through this practice, go home, get back to the hotel, go through the injury report, and then reset the table for the game here. So, look, they want to get in and out, period, it feels like to me. So, no matter what, you're going to get a lot of Trubisky here. And the Bears, hey, if anything, I think they can harass. I think they have enough defense here probably to harass Trubisky and make a point of it. It feels like hopefully the Bills get the idea they can run the ball. They just don't necessarily have the numbers in the running back department here in the preseason, especially if Cook and Davis aren't in there. They're going to have Ty Johnson, and they're going to have Frank Gore Jr. In there. So I think this favors the Bears a lot, actually, in this game. And I'm going to go over here in this one. I know we got crushed there. I was going over in so many games early on. We came back strong yesterday. For sure, to pick up all those wins late. For practically getting swept out of the early games, just got crushed, actually. We pretty much swept the late game side in total on a lot of those games. So it's preseason. It's supposed to be my specialty, actually, but wasn't a great day yesterday. Well, I think the night game showed that's what I'm all about. Anyway, I'll take the over here with the Bills and the Bears. Thanks for joining me, everybody, here on the show. And Jeff Matthews says, hey, go under in the primetime games in the preseason. NYC bar like the Bills there. Not much from you guys in the chat on that one. Let me wrap it up. Thank you for joining me here on the show. Let's go to the drawing here real quick and see who's going to win some free plays from me, from Winnable. If you want, you can get signed up over at winnable.com. Let's take a look. I mean, I just got the update from Mikey. You might have too if you subscribe to Mikey Money's picks. I think I just got him here momentarily. So let's go ahead and run the promo, and then we'll get on out of here. Appreciate everybody joining me here today on the Morning Steam Show.
It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, thank you, Mike. And get our plays from me, Mike, Jeff. Use the promo code NFL25. Sign up for 6 months for $59.95, and I will give you 2 months for free over today at winnable.com. Use the promo code NFL25. All right, top commenters today were NYC Bar, AOD, Lovable was in there. Brian was in there as well. Bobby Mack. 9 Legacy Brody, great job today. Thank you for being here, Kelly. Also, nice to have Kelly stopping by every day. And Ron Crawford and J-Main today. Let's run the contest, see who wins. Jimmy, Cash Kane, Abel, Frank, 9 Legacy Gorky, Jermaine, and it's going to be Doge. Look at Doge's young man there. Nice to see him in there in that picture, hanging out at a restaurant, ready to eat, it looks like. Thank you, Doge. Hey, if you want to get signed up with me, it's your call, but use the promo code WINNER. I'll give you 1 month of free picks over at winnable.com. Get my picks for 1 month for free. These are the ones that come out 30 to 60 minutes before game time. I've got some other types of plays out there. You know, I'm on this side, that side, this show, that show. These are the Sports Money win team, win club plays that I send out. This is my high volume package. Every day you get 1 to 5 updates. They're starting to pick up now with more sports. So that's for Doge. Really appreciate it. Doge, always a great commenter in the chat. He's the winner today here on the Morning Steam. All right. That's going to do it here for the show. Really appreciate it. Catch everybody tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Don't forget, we'll have a PB MMA picks, I believe, today with UFC, Dana White's Contender Series previews. Just such notifications here on the channel. say goodbye to everyone in the chat. Thank you to Jimmy here, Mike Humphrey as well, AOD, VAR in there as well. Thank you to AOD. Appreciate it. And that's going to do it. All right. Catch you tomorrow. And really appreciate it. Have a great sports betting day. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon
It's
Scott.
time
So
to
long.
break, run for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.